90-man that he won, 90-man knockout. So I'll do the full game, because I've got a lot of time. I'm going to stay on stream for a while. If you guys want your game reviewed, you can email it to me. And I'll look at my email after this, see who's next in line. I can tell you guys now. We've got a game here from I'm Your Bluff. If you're still in the chat, let me know. You're next. And then we've got hand history from Akon. And then we've got an 18-man from Setable. I can do your games, guys. Just let me know if you're still in the chat. I'm going to quickly take my lunch out, and I'll be right back to do this review. Alright. No more food, so 100% attention now. No music, so that we can make sure that we get this review on YouTube for Silas. What is lunch? Oh, it's chicken nuggets. As a Singo Pro, really curious to hear your opinion on 50/50s. Do you have any experience with them? I haven't played many of them. Bibbo now. I know people play them for rakeback, but in my opinion, they're like the worst form of poker imaginable. Extremely boring, extremely slow, extremely nitty, and they promote collusion. So I hate them. You'll never see me play one of those games. But I know people do play them, and you can make Supernova Elite play in them, and you can play a shitload of tables, so you can make money in them, but I hate them. I got your hand history settable. Thank you. If you had 3 big blinds and you're on the big blind with Jack 3 suited, would you call any shove? Not necessarily. It depends. If you're on the bubble and there's another player with 1 big blind, you don't have to call. It just depends. But if there's no bubble considerations, you know, it's a MTT chip EV. Yeah, it's a call. What about 6 big blinds with ace queen facing a raise and someone calling a raise with those raises are from 6 big blind stacks? Again, it depends for Sana. If it's too, I mean, I would usually go all in there. If it's the bubble, it might be a fold. It's gonna depend. Not a knockout. Oh, only a normal 90 man. Alright, thank you, Silas. Good to know. We're practicing ICM. That's why I asked you, but the strategy part sent you a game. I have more leaks. It's been adjusted, so don't worry about that. Alright, cool. Alright, good. Mr. Douglas Souza, your strategy is good. The ICM, the only strategy thing that you need to change is just going all in with any two cards on the bubble against the chip leader when he limps. That's the strategy mistake that you made. Everything else, like min raising and um, shoving, you're doing it well. But from that game, I know you've probably improved, but you made some IC mistakes. But the other parts of your strategy were good, Mrs. Douglas Souza. Ran disgustingly well in Sittingo, knocked out third with 7-6 versus aces, and second with ace 3 versus ace 8. It's always fun when you run like that. I remember Sittingos where I just knock out everyone, and I win by like blind level 100. I just won the tournament after knocking out everyone. It's pretty fun. Are you 5? They're yummy. What are you knocking on chicken nuggets? Okay, so 90 man, not a knockout, 50-cent game, did you say? 50-cent game. Okay, nice fold. It's just not worth all of your stack with ace queen in the first tournament. You might have the best hand, but it's just a lot of big blinds. You don't need to take a big risk here. So I like that you folded that. You need to be tight, in these games. Look for very strong hands, like this. Yep, good 3-bet. I think the sizing's a little bit big, but, whatever. It's no big deal. Just go all in, well done. We can fold 6-10. Doesn't really make good hands. Isolate that. I like that. That's good. Whoops. You guys can still see, right? Yep. Which games is he talking about? 50-50. That's what I was talking about. The games that I hate. So 5-9-5. You have showdown value. You beat hands like King Queen, King Jack, King 10, Queen Jack, Queen 10, Jack 10. You lose to pairs. He's not folding a pair. We know that. Can you make him fold better hands by betting? He might fold an ace 8 or an ace 7, but maybe not. So if he's never folding a better hand, and he's folding all of the hands that you already beat, like king highs and queen highs, you should just check. But you have to use this hand like a bluff catcher and be prepared to call at least one bet on the turn. Like, you've got to call here. Even if you bet half pot, you have to call because you underrepresented your hand. You have ace high. You beat hands like king, queen, king jack, king 10, queen jack, which he can have. And we'll just check the river with ace high. Well done, well played. Oh my god. What is that guy doing? Well played, I like it, Silas. Call king queen. Call, great. I like that. I like seeing this. So you have nothing, but you're just calling the small flop C bet because you want to see what he does on the turn. If he checks, you can bluff. If he bets again, well, maybe you hit a heart or a king or a queen. I like this float a lot. You even beat some of his hands like jack highs. So now you bet. Well done. That's really, really well played, Silas. I'm very impressed by that hand. That shows me that you at least have a pretty good poker knowledge. Because most people, I think, would just say, I don't hit a pair, I just fold. But I like the way you played it. My question later after the review, if you have a feeling about my play, would you think if you could play higher than 50 cents already? I with no delay. I have a delay at the moment, settable, because I just stopped playing. And I'm not going to restart the stream. Hey Bookish, how are you? Good to see you in the chat. I'm going good. We broke even, but breaking even in poker today is it's a good thing, so I'm happy. I'm in a good mood. We're doing some reviews. So if you want your game reviewed, you can email it to me and I'll do it after everyone else. There's a big queue at the moment of people. I was afraid my strategy wasn't good because on the ICM it's something I can work on by myself, but the strategy I need more pros. See you in the high stakes party. Alright, I'll see you there. Yeah, your strategy is good, Mrs. Douglas. So just min raise, 20 big blinds, and min raise call, play some post flop, shovel in with 10 big blinds. That's all you need to do. And don't try and make very risky plays against the chip leader like you did. That's the big strategy mistake. But apart from that, you played it pretty well. Forgetting about all the ICM mistakes, because there were a lot of ICM mistakes there. Would you fold King Jack with one limper during early level blinds? No. I would either raise or limp behind. I would never fold. Right, good steal. King 10. I would c-bet this. Oh, he's quite short though. Alright. If he had a big stack, I would c-bet, because we want to get him to fold ace highs and hands like King Jack, King Queen. He might even fold a 2, or probably not a 5, and he might fold a 2 if you c-bet. But because he's short, I don't want to c-bet, because he might just check raise all in with overcards as a bluff, and having to fold the king high against him would suck. So we'll just use king high as a showdown value just because he's short. Check. Alright, well played. I like it. Silas, I mean, I can tell you now, you're ready. With only seeing 10 hands, you've played very well. So if you have the bankroll, I would say take some shots, but I'll review the rest of your game. Maybe this is just a fluke. I doubt it though, dude. It looks like you're a very good player. Alright, we ISO, get a shove, just fold ace-9. I like it, well done. You've played every hand like exactly how I would play it. Which is quite rare to find in these 50-cent reviews. Raise call, well done. The reason why I don't have music, guys, is so I can put this review on YouTube without it getting muted. We got a raise. There's a big stack raising. This guy calling is when people flat call, it's usually a weak hand. You think if he had ace king, ace queen, he would just shove. So this to me feels like an ace 10, ace 8, king queen, king jack. You beat all those hands. Is there enough money to just shovel in? I think yes. The pot is 945 and you have 3700. So you're shoving for around 25% of your chips, which is good enough. That's a perfect risk-reward ratio. 20 to 25% of your chips is when you just want to shove rather than 3-betting. So I would just shove, because I think ace-jack is the best hand against the big stack, and this guy who's calling, he could have a lot of weak hands, I think. I think you have the best hand, so I would not check fold. Yeah, you played this hand a little too weak, in my opinion, Silas. Do you play for a living? No. I mean, I'm trying to make money. I don't play for a living anymore, solely, but I'm trying to build the bankroll back up and make, you know, like 20 bucks an hour while streaming, but I don't play super high stakes like I used to. Just chilling out on stream. How do you feel about shoving 5-2 against a small blind limp when both you and the small blind have 6 big blinds, hyper turbo, not bubble yet? It depends on the player for Sana. I think that's a good play when you both have 6 big blinds, no bubble, to shovel in with any 2 cards. But if he's a very loose player and he likes calling, I would not do it. But against everyone else, like a tight-ish player, I would shove, yeah. So it depends on the opponent. Chillin'. Alright, let's continue with the old review. So, who's next in line, just so I know. We've got, this is Silas, next is, okay, I'm Your Bluff. You're next, I'm Your Bluff. And then it's Akon, and then it is Settable. Let me know, guys, if you don't mind me playing some music. I'd like to play music because I think people would chill out to some music. But if you really want to have this on YouTube so that you can review it later, let me know and I won't put music on for you. So those three players that I am reviewing next, I'm Your Bluff, Akon, and Settable. Let me know if you don't mind me playing some music. It's up to you, because it is your review. What's up, the clubs? What's that? This is a replayer. It's called a Universal Replayer, and I am reviewing games for viewers at the moment. This is a game from Silas. It's a 90-man 50-cent tournament, and he does very well in this tournament. But if you want your game reviewed, you can email it to me, and I'm doing lots of reviews this afternoon. I'm staying on longer to do reviews. I would normally stop streaming now, but I want to review. I want to keep going. My email, jlawrence, is right up there in the review command. You just missed it. pulse.tv.au@gmail.com. Fold that. Fold that. Fold that. Fold that. All in 10s. Good. Nice hand. Like Ace Jack blind versus blinding is a really strong hand, and you have less than 20 big blinds against your opponent. So you can do two things when someone's raising with 20 big blinds. You can just call like you did, or you can shovel in, because there's enough money out there for you to try and win it now. There's 1,200 chips in the pot. He only has 4,000 left. So shoving his 4,100 to win 1,200 is a very good risk-reward ratio. Remember, between 20 to 25% risk-reward ratio is good to shovel in. And when you're trying to win 1,200 by betting 4,100, that's better than 25%. That's like, you can win 28%, you know, that you're risking. So that's a very good risk-reward ratio, and I would just shovel in. Ace-Jack, blind versus blind, it's going to be the best hand. If he has better, that's just bad luck. So shovel in would be the play. There's enough money for you to try and win it. 2 overs and a flush draw. That's a good hand. We'll just get it in there. I like it. So you can raise here, you can just limp stab as well. Both options are fine. It depends on the opponent. Against a tight player, I'd prefer to raise because he's going to fold a lot and you don't need to see a flop. Against a looser player, I would prefer to limp stab. Silas. Do you know if I can dig tournament hand from Whole Major 2? Because I don't think PS saved it and I would love to get my sitting reviewed. You can raid Naboba, but I don't think it'll be in the correct format. I really need it in this format to be able to put it on stream. So I don't know, maybe the chat will be able to help you, but it needs to be in this format so that I can put it in Universal Replayer. Do you have a lifetime graph? Yep. SilasxQ.com. You can search my screen name. CJ Bridal 1. Although it's not that accurate because it's I was playing for 2 years before Black Friday on Full Tilt. I played live poker. So that's like most of my winnings. Most of my games are on there, but it's still missing a few 100,000, I think. Like 200,000 maybe. 150,000. I don't even remember. Yeah. Lifetime, I'm up like close to 500,000, I think. That's my Supernova Elite results, which is what I was doing for 2 years. You can put music on. Thanks, Settable. He's 13 to 15. Who's this, Butters or Negreanu? Oh, Butters. Oh, what? Butters is on 60,000. There must be a typo. I don't know if you're trolling me, Sarah. You trolled me twice already. Okay, 90 man. Got a nice stack going. The blinds are getting higher. So late stage, Silas, you don't need to raise 3 times the big blind. Just make it a min raise or like a min raise plus a little bit. This 900 is just unnecessary. If you're the kind of player that doesn't like playing flops and post-flop, raising a bit bigger is okay with better hands, and it's also it's okay to raise bigger against bad players because they're going to call big sizings, but once you start moving up, you'll see the better players raise smaller. So it's not a big mistake for you to do this, but I'd say try and get into the habit of raising smaller when the blinds are bigger. Must be a typo. 60 million. That's a lot of chips. Okay, just fold that. Fold, fold. Ace 9. Fold. That chip leader's putting us in a tough spot. But that's alright. As Jamie Staple would say, that's okay. All in, great job. Yep, I like that all in. Suited ace for 13 big blinds. Good shove from the cutoff. Eight's another good all in. You don't want to min raise this hand because if you do get flat called, it doesn't play very well on flops. So just shoving all in, even though it's like 15 big blinds, I think it's the best play. Well done. The pulse email's in the review command. Great fold with threes. I think even though the blinds went up now with 12 big blinds, it's not a good push from under the gun. You can push it from maybe middle position, but not under the gun. Four eight, 4-9, king 5. Ooh. You know what? It's only 7 big blinds effective because the big blind has only 7,000. This is really dependent on the players. If they're tight players, this is a great shove. If they're a little bit loose, I don't love it. I prefer to shove like a king 7. It's just on the border, I think. Ah, jeez. Yeah, I think it's just really close. Like I said, tight players, I like it. Loose players, I wouldn't do it. I would just fold and look for king 7, king 8, queen jack. Yeah, I think this is fine on this table. Bad luck to get free rolled. And the walk with ace king is never fun. Wait, how do we win this? Oh, we don't. It's jack 4. Okay. Internet's broken, can't even load. GG. Alright, good night, Mr. Douglas Souza. Have a good night. Feel like for a min raise or 2.5, these fishes are never falling. Yeah, like I said, Silas, you can do it. Just try and get into the habit of raising smaller. Because also, you don't mind playing more pots, more post flop, but when you have good value like ace king suited and you think they're going to call anyway, you might as well raise bigger. So you got the right idea. You know what you're doing. So if you think that they're bad players and they're going to call bigger raises and you have ace king, just raise big with ace king, and you can raise small with weaker hands like ace 10 because they're not going to, even though it's exploitable because you're giving off a bet sizing tell, they won't know that. So yeah, good idea. I like it. Good fold with king 8. All in ace king, that's fine for 12 big blinds. What is this guy doing? Queen 10. Jeez. That's speculative. Indeed. He beats 0 of your range. And he's actually got live cards against like a couple of combos. Ace king, ace jack, ace 10 suited, ace 9 suited. Okay, he's got live cards against a few, but he beats nothing. He flips with a few pocket pairs. That's the best he can hope for is a flip. Conclusion, green player. Bad luck. Nines versus jacks. All in. Great. So two limpers. They've got a few chips. So I think they're trying to see a cheap flop with this stack. There's a lot of money out there. There's 6,500 in the middle. So King Queen is probably the best hand, and there's so much money. You can get half of your chips just by all of them folding. Well done and great play. Yeah, I mean, any ace from the cutoff for 8 big blinds is good. I like it. This guy's a maniac. What is he doing? It's been a while since I've seen someone make those kind of calls. Click 4-bet with kings. That's fine. I mean, yeah, you're just going all in. 2/3 spot. You're getting so much value from these guys. You're playing it really well. Yeah, these 2,000 chips. You got 72,000. We'll just call and then not fold with any pair. I would not bet here. You're not folding no matter what. So you just want to give him the most opportunity to bluff and put the rest of his chips in with 2 overcards or some kind of bluff. So just check to him now that you actually have a top pair. You don't need to stop and go when you actually hit top pair. So just check. Let him shove his ace king, his ace queen. Raise. I would just raise, make it like 5,000 because I don't really want to go all in for 20,000 chips, but I'm fine going all in for this guy, 3,000. Yeah, I don't like shoving. It's just too much of a risk. I think if you make it 5,000, this Vanya Mad guy, he's probably not going to go crazy with too many spewy hands, although that guy has been pretty nuts before, shoving hands, like calling like 9-7. But yeah, I still wouldn't want to lose 20,000 chips against him. He's pretty loose. He's a maniac. I would just raise 5,000. If he goes all in the big blind, we can just fold with ace-3. It really doesn't play very good. Wow, running good. That's nice. 50 cents at its finest. I'm glad he's going so well. He seems like such a battler. Yeah, I don't watch his stream that much, but it's good to see someone from Twitch Poker running deep for sure. Good luck to him. Good luck to everyone else. Yeah, okay. Now that everyone's got less than 20 big blinds, you can just jam it all in. We lose a hand. What's going on? PokerStars is broken. How did you lose a hand? This is cute. So you're trying to induce the sputard by min-raising with ace-10. That's cute. I like it. He's got 1.5 pot. You can't fold. If you bet, you have to go broke. I think I'd rather use this hand as a bluff catcher and just check it back. Call would be my line against him. Because if he shoves here, the pot, there's already 18,000 in there. He's shoving for 17,000, so the pot will be 35,000, and you have to call another 13. You'd be getting almost 3-1. So, like, you beat hands like Jack 9 and Queen 10. We know he's crazy, so if you bet, you have to bet call. I'd rather just bluff catch and call turn, call river. I think you get more value doing that. You make his range wider by checking flop. More value from his air. Just a very small adjustment. Good all in against the 5 big blind maniac. All in there. Okay, 2 big blinds, any 2 cards. I mean, we know he has a hand because he's committing himself against the big blind. So I think that if you call, this guy can't re-raise. He'll just put it all in and he can't reopen the action. I think that's how it works, because his raise will only be an extra 500, which won't be a legal raise. Yeah. No, it won't be an extra 500. It'll be an extra 2,500 because he's got the big blind in there. So it will be a legal raise because it's more than his opening raise. So because if you call, I don't like pushing all in because I think this guy has a hand and it's just too risky with King 9. Um, but it's still a pretty nice hand to try and see a flop with. And if you call, this guy's going to go all in and then he can just reshove and take your call. So I think you just have to fold. I think this is a bit risky because this guy is telling us that he has a hand because he's willing to go all in against the big blind. Does he have a hand that he can fold though? That's the question. If he's raising a bit and maybe he has like an ace 5 or an ace 4, he can definitely fold. Apparently he can't fold with queen jack. Yeah, like that's why I think raising there is a bit risky. Like I was not expecting him to raise call the queen jack, and that's actually a really big mistake from that guy. But you know, the guy, he's saying that he likes his hand, so you don't want to be making bluffs against people like that with jack 9. Alright, we'll steal a suited hand on the button. Is this cash? This is a tournament. Dat Dude 12. This is a tournament review from a 50-cent 90-man tournament from Silas, a viewer. Bet. Perfect. Check raise. I mean, your hand strength is really good, but it's hard. How do you get all of his stack by check calling? Because he's probably checking back the turn. I just really think you need to check raise and hope that he just has something. Even just make it small. Check raise to 6,000. But check calling's not wrong. Now you gotta check raise. Good. It's actually pretty interesting that you overbet shove here. Because I'm trying to think, what's the best way for you to get maximum value? And this might actually work, because if he's got a missed draw, he's not calling anyway. If he was bet calling turn with like a flush draw or a straight draw, he missed. So no matter what size you bet, he's just going to fold. So by shoving here, you're hoping that he has showdown value and not a missed draw, and he's going to call that sizing anyway. Like he's probably calling with an 8 for that sizing. The question is, I mean, I don't think he has ace highs because he just limped pre-flop. Like, is he going to call? You might lose value against a 2 and a 3. That's the only thing about this overbet shove. But you gain value against an 8. I think shoving is good in a 50-cent game. I don't really know what people are going to call me with, so I just want max value. There's the 8. Well played, Silas. Back to your question earlier. Are you ready to move up? Yes, bro. You played it incredibly good. This is the kind of play that I would expect from a $15 player, so you're ready. As soon as you have the bankroll, move up. Take some shots. Good luck. Well played. Bunch more hands. Okay, next is I'm Your Bluff.